Good evening to all my viewers. Once again, I'm glad to be back. Yeah, out of South Africa, KZN, South Coast. Yeah, unfortunately, tonight I'm gonna make my viewers jealous. I'm gonna make your mouths water. Yeah. Yeah, we eat a lot of seafood here on the coast. And yeah, I'm gonna show you a simple recipe that we use while cooking our fish on the braai. You know, South Africans love their braai. Yeah, and I try to braai almost every second day. I love the fire. Yeah, just to sit next to your braai and look at the fire and to relax. Yeah. So this fish that's lying here, we caught this fish and a few other about 2 weeks ago on the deep sea. Yeah, we went out with a boat and we caught at a depth of plus minus 30 meters. You call that bottom fishing. Yeah, so we caught a few nice fish. Yeah, and we catch and release quite a bit, but sometimes you have to also catch and freeze, yeah? You can't let this nice ones go to waste. Yeah, so this is a Scotsman, beautiful size fish. Yeah, it's one of the fish that's very plentiful in our waters here. Yeah, and other fish that you also catch with bottom fishing quite a lot is like slingers, Englishmen, scavengers. We get very nice rockcots here. Yeah, bronze bream. You also catch them in the deep sea. Yeah, but there's quite a lot. Certain time of the year, you also catch your Romans. Yeah, and that's just your bottom fish. There's so many different kinds. Yeah, but we'll get later to the game fish. But I'm just going to show you this simple recipe for cooking this Scotsman on the grit. Yeah. Okay, so I've got my ingredients here. It's very, very simple. I'm not going to make the video very long. I'm just going to show you what we do and a little bit of good advice. I'm doing this preparation on my kitchen tabletop. Yeah, is to just put a little bit of Glad wrap under your fish so that you don't mess up your counter, and it's easy to just throw away the Glad wrap after you've finished. Yeah, so I'm going to show you exactly what I do now. Yeah, so basically I've got Himalayan salt with herbs. We like this. It's not expensive. Yeah, but it's very, very tasty with fish. Okay, so what I do with this is I'm just gonna put some of this salt inside the fish. Oh, you can put quite a bit, but you do it according to your taste. Yeah, I think that's enough. I just want to get myself a kitchen towel. Just to clean my hands. Okay, so then what you do next is I've cut up some onions, tomato, and lemon. Your lemon, you must just make sure the skin is not the bitter skin. Yeah. All right, so then what I do next, I've got my trusted gloves on. I like to work hygienic, and yeah, you know the story about smelly hands, yeah? Okay, so then I put these onions inside, just like this. can push it in nice and deep into the stomach of the fish. Yeah, the fish has already been cleaned, washed, and the scales has been taken off. Yeah, I think that's enough. Yeah, then I take some tomatoes. Put it inside. Yeah, this is quite a nice big fish. So there's plenty of space inside here. Okay. Okay, and then my lemon. Just for flavor, I can put in about, I think 2 pieces is enough. Yeah. Okay. So I'm just going to clean my hands again. So then what I do next is I've got some fresh coriander. Fresh coriander. I actually bought it today. Okay, and I'll put a little bit of that also inside. I just push it all in here. Just like that, yeah. Okay, and then I've also got some fresh parsley. Yeah, I like my herbs fresh. Okay, then the parsley, you can just break it up like this a little bit. Smaller pieces. Yeah, that piece I'm just going to chuck away. Yeah, then you push that in as well. Okay, everything is inside. Good stuff. All right. Just want to clean my hands again. All right, and I just want to remind you, most of the time you make these incisions on the meat of the fish. I've already done it. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you make incisions with a nice sharp knife. A few of them. There's one, another one there. That's for if you fry your fish on the grit. All the flavoring goes inside there. Of course, I've made something special for that as well. But yeah, this guy is now ready. All right. So what I've done is I've made some, once again, a lemon butter saucy with some olive oil inside. I love my olive oil and I love my butter. And what I've just done, I've already done that. You cut some of this coriander and the parsley, you chop it very fine, mix it in your saucy, put some lemon juice, and I'm also going to add a little bit of this spicing in my saucy. But I'm going to do that just now before I put it on the grit. Okay, so I think we're ready now for frying this guy on the grit. And yeah, it's good advice is if you fry it on a grit, I'm going to use my Weber again, my trusted Weber, but I'm not going to use the lid tonight. I'm going to put this Scotsman inside a foldable grit. Yeah, braai grit, a foldable braai grit. Yeah, that's much better, easier to turn it around, and you don't lose your fish, the skin, it doesn't get stuck. Alright, so I'm going to put this lovely fish now in the braai grit, and then I'll see you there by the Weber. Okay, to all my viewers, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're now ready for the braai. The fish is on the grit, the foldable grit. And what I'm going to do next now is I'm going to get my butter sauce. I've added now the herb salt according to my taste. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to do next. Oh no, I love my small brushy. Ah, this is the secret to any good fish. You have to spice it with this beautiful lemon butter and olive oil sauce. Yeah, so I've already done the other side of the fish. Yeah, you can be generous. It has to go inside the meat there where we made the cuttings. You can be generous. Nice. I want to get that herbs and spices inside there. Nice. Hear that sizzle of the fire. Of the charcoal. Beautiful. Okay. So I'm just going to close my grit on the side. Okay. Just some good advice is not to fasten your grit. Usually you've got like a, I'm just going to show you here. I don't know if you will be able to see it. You've got this fastener where you close it and you lock it. I don't do that because it's better to just leave it like that. Then you don't squash your fish and you can get it out much easier when you're ready for your dinner. All right. So the way you cook this fish on the braai is you basically braai it for 5 to 7 minutes on the one side, then you turn it over to the other side. Then every time you turn it, you put some more butter sauce, and I suggest the right way to do it is 7 minutes aside and you turn it 2 times. Yeah, so this is my first turn now. Yeah. I've already buttered the other side previously. Okay, so I'm gonna butter it again. Sorry, I call it butter because I don't know, butter just makes everything taste nice, very nice. Generous with a brush. Beautiful, beautiful. And your fire must also not be too hot. But I didn't put my Weber's lid on tonight because I want this fish to be smoky. Smoky. Ah, lovely. Beautiful. Okay, so now I'm going to leave it on that side for plus minus 7 minutes. And then I'm going to turn it over again. But I'm just going to quickly pause my video. To all my viewers, what I'm going to do now is I've flipped the grid over again. So I'm gonna add some more of the butter sauce. I'm getting very hungry now. Very, very hungry. Once again, be generous with your butter sauce. It really makes your fish taste very, very nice. Oh, and there's so much herbs inside here. Okay. Okay, so now I leave it for another 5 to 7 minutes, and then I'm gonna flip it for the last time. Then the fish is gonna be ready. But I'm gonna show my viewers the end result, definitely. Okay, to all my viewers, yeah, I think this fish is ready for plating. Yeah, I just want to show you quickly. Once again, I've used my trustworthy Weber premium hardwood briquettes. Yeah, well priced, and it's a good quality. Yeah, but I just want to tell all my viewers, thanks for watching this video. Yeah, and please like and subscribe. And to all my viewers that's already subscribed, hey, I really appreciate that. Really, really appreciate that. You guys are helping me to keep on doing my videos. Thank you so much. But I'm going to give you a close-up. I just want to take my camera out of the stand. I just want to give you a close-up. This looks beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, you can hear the sizzle. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, this fish is almost too big for the Weber. Yeah. But we're gonna have a nice dinner now. Me and my family. And I'm not gonna even show you pictures of the fish plated. I think I've punished my viewers enough for one day. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.